Political analyst Elvis Masoga joins us for more on the story. Elvis, good evening. So going into this conference then, we had delays just in terms of the actual event that is being hosted this weekend. I guess then no surprise that it's been marred by the kind of challenges that they've experienced.
Yeah, firstly, let me pass my humble greetings to you, Kathy, and all the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. Yeah, as expected, Kathy, yeah, it was expected, to be a conference that will be marked by some delays. Remember, the last time they had a conference was 2015, so you'll understand that it was quite clear that there will be some, persisting organizational challenges that will try to derail the hosting of this conference. But remember, at the same time, we mustn't discount the role that the Thule House played in terms of sending an ultimatum to its own leagues, in particular Women's League and the Youth League, to say, come hell or high water, they must hold their elective conference. They can't continue to exist within the ANC without going through an elective national conference. So, but yeah, those individualistic-based, challenges were expected. But at the end of the day, I believe they must have a duly elected leadership. They can't continue to exist without a constitutional national structure. So it was expected, Kate.
In many ways, there are lots of people that, at least within the organization, Elvis, that are putting their hopes on this conference, that perhaps it will be a signal yet again of the Women's League reinforcing itself, reinforcing its structures, and ultimately having that have an impact on society. Do you see that happening beyond this conference?
Casey, I'm tempted to concur with, Balekambete in her political report to the ANC Women's League conference that, the post, Polokwane conference of the ANC, to a large extent, it has compromised, factionalized, and even paralyzed, the organizational functionality of the ANC Women's League. Since then, from 2007 ANC Polokwane conference, we have seen the leaks of the ANC obsessively consumed into ANC leadership politics. That's why even since then, the ANC Youth League was nowhere to be found in terms of radicalism, in terms of advancing, aspirations of young people in the country. The same applied to Women's League. They were nowhere to be found. Whenever you hear leaders of Women's League talking, it was all about who must be the next ANC president, and mostly a man. So that's why we have seen ANC Women's League that is obsessively, concerned with main politics of the ANC at the expense of, dynamics and challenges that affect young girls, women, elderly women. Check a simple example in terms of, criminal statistics. Rapes, domestic violence, gender-based violence that are afflicting women, young girls, our elderly, grandmothers. But the ANC Women's League has been very quiet in that regard because they were obsessed with partaking in ANC politics about leadership at the expense of, challenges and dynamics that apply to women, girls, in the country. And that was supposed to be their keynote preoccupation as ANC Women's League. So I agree with Fikile Mbalula that they must stop fighting over ANC men. They must start to concentrate on affairs to do with women, girls, and broadly, the scourge of, gender-based violence, the rapes that are reported on a daily basis in our country. The victims' casualties are women, but the ANC Women's League has, for a large extent, been nowhere to be found in terms of assisting in finding solutions to challenges that are afflicting women and girls in South Africa.